do a lot of things over the next few years and make a lot of waves both on the AVP Tour and internationally.
Emanuel down 2-5. Kirai gets a turn. And Karch really brought the ammo here this afternoon. Although Emanuel was dug right in, deep. 131 tour victories. He's very close to St. John. It could happen this year.
He'd have to get on quite a roll.
Just like that. A serve. 6-2 in our final here at Granite Bay.
As soon as I mentioned he's got a little less zip on his arm, what does he do, Billy? Rips it down the line on Loiola for an ace. And that's the beauty of sports. Whenever someone tells you you can't, that's the time when you want to raise your level and prove them wrong. And that's something that Karch has done his whole career.
Yeah, it's not often anybody said to Karch, so you can't do this. He has been what everybody's been striving for, the pinnacle.
Someone down at East Beach when he was about 10 said you can't play volleyball, and that was it.
That was probably it, the one and only time that he needed. Adam Johnson, probably thrilled that his alma mater, the USC Trojans, won the NCAA Baseball Championship, the College World Series against ASU yesterday. Did you see any of that game?
No, I missed.
Yeah, three touchdowns to 2. You would have had to sit by the TV for a long time, over 4 hours. Another ace, and this time it's delivered by Adam. Time for Emanuel and Loiola to dig deep. 7-2, as good as they are, you can't get too far behind this tandem.
Adam just ripping this ball down the middle again. And you're right, Billy. Jose and Emanuel are going to have to tighten up their bootstraps or they're going to let this game get away from them.
Yeah, 3-0 on the aces. A little pumped up that time for Adam Johnson. Got the jet stream. And the wonder kind, Emanuel will serve. Let's see if he's got one in his bag. They're down by 5. 1 point away from a side change. Just out. Good eye by Karch Kirai making the call. In case you're just joining us, the finals, the Golden State Open. I'm Bill McDonald, Mike Dodd alongside Down on the Sand, Craig Hummer. Up and over with the greatest of ease. Another side out.
Another smooth side out for Emanuel. But the one thing that happens when Kirai and Johnson get this lead is they keep the pressure on. And now Emanuel and Loiola, who have been serving so tough and keeping the pressure on their opponents, are now thinking twice.
Loiola, who did not play last week, worst finish this year, is a 4th. So he has certainly been in the money every time he's come out.
Product of a lot of God-given ability and a very hard work ethic. Loiola practices. He's got his coach Jim Mingus down there hitting balls at him every day down at the beach. He puts in his time. He just doesn't have the gift. He has the work ethic too.
And his family is here to support him this weekend. Yep. Jose. Up and down. Talk about the impact of Jimmy Mingus. One of the great players of all time, along with Greg Lee. That's one of the most famous beach volleyball duos of all time. And Mingus, as you said, an active figure in Jose Loiola's career.
He is Loiola's man. I mean, he's Loiola and Emanuel's man this weekend. He was Loiola and Steffes' man before. But basically, wherever Loiola goes, Mingus is there, giving him advice, calming him down, and showing him how to play the game.
And as the game continues, you need to point out that Jimmy is really not allowed to coach per se on the side while the game is going on.
Yeah, you're not allowed to bark out instructions mid-play, but every side change he can tell them the strategies. He can tell them what they're doing wrong, what they're doing right. And the more the sport evolves, the more coaches you're going to see.
There's a guy stretching for that volleyball who would make a great coach himself, Karch Kirai.
Again, Karch making a good move on defense. Just a little bit late, a little bit out of his reach. And he'll make a great coach someday if that's what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to do is right. Now here's a key point in the game. Can they get to 3-7 on the turn? And Loiola, too much. The clock is at 4:23, and the way these two teams are siding out, it may come into play.
And there you see the pressure again. The Brazilians have missed 3 straight jump serves, and the pressure coming by Karch and Adam continuing to hold on to the lead.
Steadiness. Set by Emanuel. Loiola. Karch had the block. He had him in the booth, but out it went. Side out.
Karch again just piking over the net, showing great block technique. And that's just one of those unfortunate plays where you're right on the ball, you're right on it, and it just ricochets off your hand out of bounds.
They'll try Karai. That's a good dig. And a chance for a point. But the bump got away from Loiola. And the point opportunity goes past. Oh, what a chance they had as Emanuel. It is tough, though. That's spinning so much coming off of that dig.
Yeah, that was a very high, very spinny dig for Emanuel. Tough for Loiola to control. Ball just kind of shanked off his arms, and Emanuel couldn't get a good swing on it. Adam comes back, transitions for the side out.
At 7-2. Good touch over AJ again. First time that these two have played together in tournament action. Emanuel and Loiola. Adam Johnson, low, quick. That's just a quick attack that time to Karch Kirai.
Karch with a nice rip cross court. Emanuel and Loiola have played in a couple of FIVB events, Billy. They've taken a couple seconds, a couple firsts, and they've just decided to take their international game to the United States, to the AVP. And if we're gonna, they're saying if we're gonna play together in the Olympics, we better start now because the rest of the world is already practicing.
And thank you for clarifying that. First time on this tour, recognizes the best in the world. Adam, self-defense. And it's going to go Kirai and AJ's way. Look out. We got an argument.
We got a little bit of, there you see the frustration in Loiola. He's putting too much pressure on himself. He's letting the referee calls upset him. Greg Krause right on the ball. He says Emanuel's got to wait for that ball to cross the plane of the net before he can hit it. He didn't wait. He didn't show the patience.
Well, let's see if they can translate their anger into better play, because right now Kirai and Johnson are dominating at 8-2 in our final. We'll see in a moment.